Lackin, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Suriname, Dean of the Diplomatic Corps, Excellencies and other members of the Diplomatic Corps, heads and other members of international organizations, distinguished officials of the Government of the Republic of Guyana, Guyana's Consul General and staff, members of the Guyanese diaspora, special invitees, artistes, ladies and gentlemen. A pleasant good afternoon to you again. On behalf of the Ambassador and staff, I am pleased to bid you all a warm welcome to the mission's cultural activity in observance of Guyana's 48th independence anniversary. We have planned an exciting program with the objective of enabling all of you to relax and enjoy this afternoon's celebration with us. Our program includes similarities to and expressions of Guyana's diverse and rich cultural heritage through dance, song, and music. I therefore take the opportunity to welcome all the performers who will share their skills and talents, especially the members of the Guyana Steel Orchestra, who journeyed from Guyana to join us in celebrating Guyana's milestone. Later in the program, you will have the opportunity to hear from the Republic of Guyana's Ambassador to the Republic of Suriname, His Excellency Keith George, this event's chief host. I invite you to have a wonderful time. There is also lots to eat and drink apart from other activities, which I promise will contribute to your merriment. In closing, once again, I extend a warm welcome to you and do have a splendid time. I'm now pleased to introduce and invite on stage our MCs, Mr. Haimdat Sawh and his wife, Mrs. Minache Sawh and I.
Ms. Leslie Dowridge Collins. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Haimdat Sawh, and this is my wife Minache Sawh, and we'll be co-masters of ceremony for this event hosted by the Embassy of Guyana, celebrating our 48th anniversary of Guyana's independence. His Excellency Ambassador Keith George, Guyana's Consul General in Nickerie, Mr. Arlington Bancroft, staff of the Embassy of Guyana, His Excellency Winston Lackin, members of the Diplomatic Corps, officials of the Government of Suriname, fellow Guyanese and Surinamese, ladies and gentlemen.
This event is being held in observance of Guyana's 48th independence anniversary. The large turnout today is gratifying. It is a reflection of the love and patriotism Guyanese feel towards their homeland. It is the second such celebration to be hosted by His Excellency Ambassador Keith George.
Set like a gem in the crown of South America, nestled on the northeastern shoulder, defying the raging Atlantic Ocean, Guyana's many waterways reflect the source of its name, the land of many waters. Guyana became an independent nation on Thursday, the 26th of May, 1966. Public buildings and businesses were brightly decorated with streamers and buntings bearing the name and colors of the flag of Guyana. Just before the flag raising ceremony, before a huge crowd, Forbes Burnham and Chetty Jagan publicly embraced each other, indicating satisfaction that Guyana had finally won its political independence. Emotions ran deep. As Guyana celebrates its 48th anniversary of independence, let us remember the struggles and sacrifices of our ancestors, the slaves from Africa, followed by waves of indentured laborers from India, China, and Madeira, who forged our nation. Also, let us ponder on the simple truth of our existence, that regardless of our race, we are all the same.
Gary Girdari expressed this well in his poem, Faces. Black, brown, white, all shades, all faces, all races. Faces, 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 beautiful faces. Everywhere you turn, the more you learn, there is no real difference among races.
Sybil G. Douglas, in her commemorative poem for Guyana's independence, expressed our joy in a poem appropriately titled Independence. At last, Guyana is born out of travail, strife and tears, comes the new nation. The golden arrowhead, symbolic of our nation. Coconut trees whispering songs of hope, sending messages to the universe. Grasshoppers are hopping and lizards are crawling. Roaring songs of the Fort Kaitro Falls awake Masakura man, scaring the Jambi, frightening the Kanji pheasant, awakening my soul.
Guyana, the name taken from an Amerindian word, means the land of many waters, was originally colonized by the Netherlands. Later, it became a British colony and remained so for over 200 years until it achieved independence on May 26, 1966 from the United Kingdom.
My homeland, Guyana, has one of the largest unspoiled rainforests in South America. Our rich natural history was described by early explorers such as Sir Walter Raleigh, Charles Waterton, and later by David Attenborough and others. In 2008, BBC ran a 3-part program called Lost Land of the Jaguar, which highlighted the huge diversity of wildlife, including undiscovered species and rare species such as the harpy eagle and the giant otter.
Guyana has a substantial Amerindian population, differentiating it from other English-speaking Caribbean countries. Guyana is made up of Amerindians, East Indians, Africans, Portuguese, Chinese, and Europeans. And the motto on the coat of arms is one people, one nation, one destiny.
Our greatest assets over the past 48 years have unquestionably been you, our people. Guyana is blessed with a diverse population of warm, friendly, hospitable, generous, and hard-working people, performing yeoman service, selfless sacrifices, and always seeing the larger picture, allowing us to overcome many daunting difficulties that we have faced since independence. This afternoon is a celebration for all the hard-working people through whose labor and sacrifices Guyana was built on. We should be proud of all our workers, entrepreneurs, farmers, intellectuals, and all who are part of the national development.
And finally, the words of our beloved and world-renowned poet, Martin Carter, in his poem, Listening to the Land. I bent down, listening to the land, but all I heard was tongueless whispering, the old brick chimney barring out the city, the lantern poles like bottles of fire. I bent down, listening to the land, and all I heard was tongueless whispering, as if some buried slave wanted to speak again.
The cultural part of our program will commence in a few minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce Guyana's National Steel Orchestra Stage Quintet, who will be performing this afternoon. The Guyana National Steel Orchestra will also perform tomorrow afternoon around 1 o'clock at Waterkant and after around 5 o'clock at Royal Turarica. They have traveled all the way from Georgetown to be with us here in Suriname for our 40th independence anniversary celebrations. Their performance here today has been and will continue to be truly entertaining. As many of us are aware, the steel pan instrument originated from the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago and is generally associated with the Caribbean region, today representing a major part of the region's musical scene. The steel pan tone is so warm and so full that it produces a blanket of sound, much like that of a steel pan tone. Our large string orchestra, when playing sustained chordal passages. Each different steel pan instrument has its own sound within the overall steel pan tonal palette. Hearing all of them together in a large steel drum band is a truly unforgettable musical experience. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in for a treat this afternoon when we hear a pan soloist and two other more renditions later on by the Guyana National Steel Orchestra Stage Quintet.
At this time, please allow us to introduce to you from Guyana, pan soloist Mr. Compton Narain, better known as Ras Camel, from the Guyana National Steel Orchestra of the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport. Ras Camel will play One Love by Bob Marley and an original composition titled Status.